Yo, what's up, everybody? MBG here with the Long War. Just a little hectic right now, just getting all situated here. Had some technical issues, of course, we always do with getting our Google straight here. But joining me today, we have Kenny Boucher. I am not Kenny Boucher. I have to change that here in a second. And Juice.
Tonight we're all Kenny with the Boucher.
Yeah, I'm Kenny Boucher.
That's right. That's right. What's up, Ron Burgundy and the crew?
I told you don't put that stuff on the teleprompter. He's gonna read it all.
How's everybody tonight?
Oh, well, we're here. I'm here.
Is that rhetorical? Because I keep it icy every night, all night long, so for me it's fine.
Yep.
Never not keeping it icy.
100%.
Yo, so tonight we got some interesting stuff to talk about. I know we were talking about in the pre-show here for a second, but the new night rules. They're starting to leak. Some interesting formations, man. They are really turning up the power notch on these guys. Of course, we can cover some Eldar stuff. I know a longtime fan of the show, Patrick, has been hitting us up about this runes thing and denying the witch. We got to take a closer look at that. So definitely chime in with your comments there. And I wanna talk about some X-Men. Want to do a little unboxing here, real quick, of just what your typical little ship will look like when you open this bad boy up. So I'm going to kick it over to Juice to say hi to everybody.
Oh man, I love it. I'm actually super excited to bust open that little toy. I want to make all the pew pew sounds. I call that slot. So,
bust open my toy, make all the pew pew sounds all night.
That's right. So Lamont, man, great seeing you. Get to call your name out. Rusty, appreciate it. Thanks for not falling asleep on us. Eric, Steve, Bruley, man, I hope that I get to see you when you come up to Hit Point Office. Hopefully I don't have an event that weekend. I need to double check my schedule. I miss you. We got Clay. We got WUK checking in. What's going on, man? Who else? Man, everybody make sure you give us shout-outs. Let us know that you're here. Let us know what's on your mind talking.
I think they always know we start a little late, so they're a little late themselves.
Yep.
But that's all good.
So we need a UK friendly webcast.
Yeah.
This is friendly. What time is it in the UK? What, 12 o'clock in the afternoon?
2 a.m.
Yo.
I'm sorry. I don't know stuff. I'm American. We don't know geography very well.
It's true. Yeah, it's a little early over there. Everybody's probably already asleep. So we get the hardcore guys that want to view into the show, and we super love it that you guys come on and watch us, because I know if it was that late at night, I know I'd be sleeping.
Yeah, big shout out, man. Thanks for tuning in and watch us. So I would definitely make sure never to skip over any of your questions. Just kidding.
Yes, I promise. Literally, we'll never do that, right?
Just
oh my goodness.
So,
but it's been a tough week for everyone, I think, around here. Technology's been biting us in the ass. Stayed up long hours a night filming battle reports for the Long War. We had Juice and Austin in the Beats Laboratory all weekend. Filming multiple battle reports in a day. Hats off to basically our two actors, Austin and Juice, for staying on their feet and putting on a performance for us all weekend. We got some exciting stuff for you guys.
Oh yeah,
this week.
Spoiler alerts. There's spoilers coming up, because let me tell you, make sure you do not miss any of these battle reports.
I've been posting pictures all week of Space Wolves, so hopefully maybe some Space Wolves will be in some battle reports.
Ooh,
oh, man. How about that? I bet you some Eldars in there too.
I'm drinking this Bud Light Platinum for Austin, who left the 12-pack in the refrigerator.
Oh, he left a 12er? Whoa.
Yeah, let me just tell you what. Be careful. Those things will get you drunk.
Oh, yeah. Word. 6% alcohol is gonna get me wasted.
Yep.
I drink
I didn't even see Kenny drunk until he moved out to the East Coast. I was like, dude, are you drunk? And he's like, yeah. I was like, you're drunk.
After 2 years of living at sea level and losing my superpower, not like get it right. It's not like that wasn't the first day.
It did, yeah. I did, because we were kicking it that one night, and we were drinking. What were we drinking? Probably a Jameson or something. And I was like, man,
I was slurring everything. Was that
Don't get it twisted. It was the first night that we all were drinking Zimas and Smirnoff together.
Yep. Actually,
Dude, can you even buy Zima anymore?
you can buy them in Afghanistan.
Yep.
I don't believe that.
Or you can email MBG and ask him to send you one out of his personal stash.
Yep.
So United Wargamers just now checking in. So that is confirmed. It is 2 a.m. in across the waters.
It's the Pacific Ocean, right?
Yeah, it's right above Lake Michigan.
Just below Japan, right? Like that's what the UK is. Like I don't know. I'm American. They don't teach us stuff, man. They don't teach us anything. I know the quadratic equation.
How often do you use that, dog?
I've literally never used it.
I know that 3.14 is pi spelled backwards.
Yeah, that's exactly what they teach us in school.
But man, so May the 4th be with you. That was just recent, and then
Avengers.
Revenge of the 5th. Get it? May 4th, May 5th. So is that our lead in for I get to make pew pew sounds as you unbox something?
Yeah, I'm holding it right here. So what's cool about X-Wing is they put out new expansions twice a year, and it's like $15 a ship. And we've covered this before. I remember when they first came out, and Juice got hard and heavy, and he had to drop this game because he was like, "Yo, it's gonna take up all my time."
It's too real.
Yo, let me tell you a story about HeroClix. So after I got into a hot and heavy for a while, and obviously spent $1 million on it, sold my collection off and a bunch of cool repaints I had done, and moved to Colorado. I was like, I'm done with this plastic crack cocaine. I'm gonna go back to a 40K where I can buy one model and paint it for a month, and that will keep me happy, right? And then the new set comes out, and then a couple of my friends are talking about it, and then a couple of eBay visits later, I had spent $875.
But you got all the good stuff.
I went to the grocery store, and I ran my debit card, and they're like, you can't have these groceries. And I was like, you mean I literally cannot eat this month because I chose HeroClix?
Sometimes. This is the sacrifices we talk about.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta have all ships. What's cool about this is that it's not quite that ridiculous. Like you don't have to worry about having to go on eBay and scoop up the ships. They do get they get out of stock, so sometimes you have to go up on there and scoop them up. But they're never more than like
because it's not a collectible. It's not a collector game.
Right.
It's right. It's, you know what you're getting when you buy it.
Yep. So speaking of which, all right. So this is the M3. This is Scum and Villainy. This is a ship that like Prince Zizor's dudes, the Shadows of the Empire guys, and like the Hutts. They use these, and it's a faction called Scum and Villainy. It's a new faction. It's pretty dope.
What's Shadows of the Empire? Is that old Nintendo 64 video game?
I like to think it's more than that, but yes. It was also a comic book. So when you open these things up, you get a little card that tells you like all the stuff that's in here and the little maneuvers that the ship can perform. If any of you guys played that old Wings of War game, it's pretty much like that.
You mean with the World War I biplanes?
Yeah, dude, that was my heat. The Sopwith Camel and all that.
Yo, dude, I had Eddie Rickenbacker's SE5As.
Oh yeah.
On people.
Dude, I never even played the Red Baron because I was like, yeah, that doesn't seem fair.
Right. Red Baron's got good pizza.
Yeah, it does.
You never find them.
No, that's even a lie. I can't even say that with straight face. It's terrible pizza.
No, but whenever you spend $800 on plastic crack, sometimes you have to eat a Red Baron pizza or two.
Yo, go to the store, whatever's $5 for $1 in the frozen food aisle.
Yep.
Beware though, you eat enough of those, you may get the glutens when you're much older.
You will look exactly like Rob Bear when you're 40 years old.
Yep. I'm about to go eat Red Baron pizzas tonight. Or you'll be like me and not have a gallbladder.
Dude, just throw one on the ground and be like, this one's for my homie Rob. He can't have this. Oh.
Man, I can't wait to see the ship, man. I'm dying to make pew-pew noises.
So the first thing you get is these little cards. That's like a maneuver dial right here that you have to put together. Do not use your teeth to fasten this thing together. But fun story, you may shatter your tooth doing it. Of course, having underlying cavities definitely may be a contributing factor. So make sure you can see the dentist more than once every 20 years or so.
The picture text I got, let me see if I can pull it up on my phone and show it to you guys.
I was like, does this look bad?
I'm going to find this.
Oh my God. So then you get a little upgrade cards, and this is where it's like 40K. You get cool stuff like weapons, like heavy blaster cannons and things like that, or you get modifications because every ship can have a cool modification like stealth device. It's the thing you always buy and think it works, and then it never works because you just can't seem to make it ever work. At least in my experience. And more guns.
Yo, I'm sorry, but you definitely did not roll your dodge checks whenever you bit into that.
Do you guys see this? This is a text I received a couple of days ago. It's hard to see, obviously, because it's a phone picture. He sends me this. He's like, "Does this look okay?" And I was like, "Dog, I don't know what you did, but." He's like, "I was trying to bite through this dial and I cracked my tooth." That was the day he came up to do all the battle reports with us. He had to go to do an AM visit to the dentist.
I did. I did.
We're committed to our work at the Long War.
Seriously, like I couldn't feel half my mouth, so I'm glad I didn't have to talk during the battle report. So yeah, so what it is these little dials, they're very precarious, and so what I recommend in the future is using the pressure of your thumb and the table to attach these to your movement dial because you don't want to be chipping your teeth because that's just silly. So you get everything.
Or if you have the hand strength of a standard adult male in the United States, you'll probably be
or most American men have a knife in their pocket.
That would also work. Did you see? I don't know, man, because Austin's got that man grip, and he couldn't get it either.
He's got hands the size of my girlfriend's hands.
Yeah.
But no offense to my girlfriend, Austin.
He doesn't.
But he's really strong.
Big biceps.
So you get everything you need right here. This is just like, it's just like those board games. You always have to punch out all the pieces. So don't worry about that. But once you get it all together without cracking your teeth, you get these little cards, and these are your different pilots you can field, which is really neat because they have different.
Wait, so one ship can have different pilots?
Yep, one ship. You buy one expansion, and one ship can actually be 4 different. It's like buying the Space Marine Commander and being able to make them like 4 different ways, right? So that's pretty cool. And each one's this run-of-the-mill crappy one, and each one will be a little bit higher, a little bit better. Like the one I'm holding right here, this is the top of the line for this ship. He's got an 8 pilot skill. So, and then there's this little buster right here.
Oh, cool. It's kind of like Rookie. It's a veteran.
Yep. Yeah. To relate it to HeroClix, he's exactly like that. They don't have the red ring around them or anything like that. You just have to know when you look at it, be like, the stats suck.
Yeah, I mean, we play 40K. We know you've memorized essentially every stat in the fucking game.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So. And then you get to the ship itself, and you have to be very careful when you break these things out of here. I've never had one break before, but kind of unlike HeroClix, they're really highly detailed and very well painted, in my opinion.
That's kind of one of the things that impresses me the most about the game is the paint jobs.
Yeah, they really do a good job on these things, and the repaints are pretty neat too. Like, have you guys seen any repaint? Oh, here we go. Look what I got right here.
Oh my gosh, is that a planet?
What is that?
That's no moon. Now they got these things at Walmart. They're like $6, and they look great on the X-wing table. Little Death Stars.
Yo, you should put like 8 of them on a table.
Yo, are you kidding me? If those were comments, I literally never could get past the first movement. Seriously, I live in comments.
That's the story Austin tells. He's like, when Rob was teaching him how to play, he was like, stupid asteroids? Who would ever crash into a stupid asteroid? I'm never going to crash into an asteroid. You're stupid if you crashes all the ships in asteroids.
Every time, man. And hitting those asteroids, it's brutal because you most likely take damage. You can't shoot. You can't perform an action. You're just sitting there like.
You seriously can't do anything.
You can't do shit.
But fact check, Eric. Thank you very much. Shadows of the Empire was a book. It occurred between movies 5 and 6, and then they made a video game and comic. Thank you very much.
Yep, and
when that video game came out on N64, it was on the news because we hadn't seen anything like that before.
Yeah, it was a big deal back in the 90s. Like there was a Dark Horse series, Shadows of the Empire as well, that was really good. And a lot of this stuff is drawn from that whole Dark Horse series, from the books. And you'll notice that a lot of the artwork in these, if you played any of the RPGs, I think Juice has, that a lot of the graphics are the same too. So there's a lot of familiarity between it. You see the stuff and you're like, man, I remember that ship. they're coming out with the Houndstooth, which is Bosk's like ship, and you first saw that when Decipher made their old Star Wars card game way back in the 90s. That was really cool to see. You saw all the bounty hunter ships. So it's all kind of coming full circle, and now we're getting like 3-dimensional ships. So it's pretty cool.
Very happy.
Games take about an hour. They're pretty fun. So you get about 3 in your typical 40K time, and that's what's appealing about it. It's just pick up, put it down.
Yeah, there's definitely an instant gratification to it. Like, I love Warhammer 40K, but like I try to explain this. I play a lot of Street Fighter. Obviously, you guys hear me talk about it all the time. One of the things I talk about in the competitive Street Fighter scene, and I play almost every day, is that like your commitment level is like 90 seconds. So like extrapolate that obviously this game. You can try new things in the most competitive environment, and fine, it didn't work. 90 seconds later, I'll try something different. Like I love games where they're high. It's like high speed, high pace, and you can try crazy stuff, and you can get beat down. Like fine, right again, didn't even matter. The reason people get so butthurt in Warhammer 40K is that you're trying something cool, and you're trying to like be a badass, and you're trying to play for the love, and you go out there and you get shit on. It makes you feel bad sometimes because it took 3 hours.
We're gonna bring it full back around of like this is the social contract that we tie into is like the social contract of a Street Fighter game consists of like that 90 seconds. I'm so mad at you right now, but then literally I'm about to push A 50 billion times until the same move works over and over, and then you're going to be mad at me. And it goes back and forth, so you can't take that back. You have a really bad turn in a 40K game, and literally, if you don't fight through it, it could ruin the next 3 hours. So, yeah, 100% above anything else, that's the frustration that I have sometimes,
Yeah, and as long as you're playing with people that are solid and you have mutual respect, it's all about that. It's all about the social contract,
That's why war games are so appealing to us still, like tabletop games, man, because there's a person there, man. Like obviously I play Street Fighter against a person, but Street Fighter tournaments, you're sitting next to the person. So like that's why fighting games are so appealing to me, because I have a social contract still. You're sitting side by side with the guy you're playing against, not across the world on a TV screen, like all these other video games are. I need to play a game where I'm face to face with my opponent.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I like it. So we've got. I want to hit up some more shout outs here. Boxcar 40K checking in, saying that he is definitely a X-Wing fan.
The old Boxer Cat in the house.
Yep, Boxer Cat. B Yates, man, I want to give him a shout out. Thank you so much for checking in. He's in Aussie land. I'm pretty sure it's like always 70 and sunny. It never gets hot there. I don't even think it gets dark. He says he's kicking it at work. It's 11 a.m.
He works on the beach.
Yep. Yeah, it's actually all beach.
Yeah, as far as I can tell.
Yep. Famous Amos checking in. Thanks, man. So we actually have a question in here, and it's from our boy Rusty. He wants to know, when do they have a chance to buy the new Long War dice and potentially dice bag? It's looking so fresh.
Yo, I want one. When can I get one?
Well, I'm busy chiseling out all the dice by hand right now. So I mean, I've gotten 6 done.
Yeah, bro. No, I mean, I think you guys are the on that end of the business, but I think that we have plans this summer to unveil some merchandise.
Yeah, merchandise should start. We're keeping our fingers crossed mid-June.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's respectable. We had a lot of technical issues in the past week. If you're following the Facebooks and following the sites and stuff,
it takes a shockingly more amount of work than I realized on internet worlds to keep these things going. And luckily, we have Rob behind the scenes. That's why also you guys had noticed that our second hobby video this week was also me. I busted out 2 painting videos in a row this week. When you see things like that happen, that's because Rob Bear is literally
crisis mode,
quite plugged in like cables to everything and making it so that our internet still won't crash. So like that's how we try to hold each other's hands in this LLC at least.
Yep. They say it takes a whole village to raise a child. So you know what I mean, like.
Yeah. Well, and this is.
It takes one Robbie B. It takes one Robbie B to rule all the interwebs. So, and it takes all his attention.
I wanted to jump on Steve Bewley's interesting question. He said, "I got a basic question: flush hounds, the 50s or the old Cav base?"
50s.
50s are what they show them at. And I was actually talking to Rob about this today. If you go to GW's website, they don't show them on 50s. Like if you go to the Demonkin Codex, it shows them on 50s. I'll tell you which one's better. The cavalry bases are better. If you put them all round biker cavalry bases, that is a much better, a much more abusive base. But the 50 millimeter base looks cooler in my opinion. I think all bases should be closer to round than oval.
I agree. I'm definitely down for the round base.
Like the 50 technically displaces more area, but the fact that you can turn the round. See, the cavalry bases, the square ones, those are garbage. I put them on the biker ones because that's a 40K base. Those are 60 millimeters wide. So if you put all your flesh out sideways, it's so much more devastating. But honestly, I really wish I had put mine on 50 millimeter bases, but I hadn't seen that. So
yeah, I think they got a lot of us with that one in the codex. So, but that that's a really good point. With the whole 32 thing and then this thing, and then you called me today asking me, yo, what size base is the Bloodthirster on? I had to open up a box. Oh, speaking of which, let's everybody hit up in the comments what you're working on. I've got a Bloodthirster here that I'm working on. I gotta assemble this and get it all magnetized up, because I think there's a way to do it where you can have you can angle it so he's holding the D scythe, D scythe, where he's holding the D weapon,
the
double-headed glaive. Yeah,
you mean his D stick?
I can't not say D-Scythe anymore with all the dirty Eldar Xenos shenanigans going around, but that's okay.
I wish it was a D-Scythe.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Church. I'll tell you about it. I'm working on 2 Malanthropes. Getting one converted up from some other bits that I have. I had an extra chest, so trying to do all that. I got some work.
Malanthropes. Which one? Malanthropes like the super venoms?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one that basically, you got to have if you're playing. They're the 40 points more, 35 points more, and you get quadruple, what a Venom Throw does. Ooh, I like this, Kenny.
Yes, I'm trying to get you guys focused up. So this is why I was calling Rob today. This is, I get the focus going. Sorry, guys, it's everything is backwards. So this is a Bloodthirster conversion I made years ago, right when 6th edition first dropped. This is the old Demon Codex. So this is the Bloodthirster that I converted from the Forge World Demon Prince. As you can see, he has a sweet 2-handed axe, perfect for the D-axe. I had purchased the Balrog wing from Lord of the Rings, modeled them together and magnetized them, so he has the wings. And that's why I was asking Rob today. I wanted to put him on the appropriate base size of the new Bloodthirster, try to rip him off his old base, pin him to this new base so he'd be in the appropriate size. So when I bring him out, people are going to be like, oh, that's an interesting conversion, but he's on a too small of a base. So I was like, hey, there you go. He's on the right size base.
Fresh.
Yo, keep these people going for a second. I need to take this call because Rob, apparently, we've been having technical support problems all night. Juice.
Yep, I got it. So starting out, we actually, people check in and they're not even here. Our boy, biggest arms in 40K, J Troop just sent in, said he's on his phone watching, but can't be in on the chat right now. Love you, man. Can't wait to see you. So, famous Amos, you got the right idea. The Long War decanter. This is a real thing. Spoiler alert, it's going to happen. So let's see what we got here. So, again, right here with Amos, he's saying he's working on a Raven Guard vehicles for a client. Ooh, I like it. Using all the etched stuff, the etched brass. I had a full Grey Knight army, man. Land Raiders, Crusaders, everything else. And that etched brass stuff looks amazing. Absolutely amazing on models. So, Lamont. So I'm just moving all my questions around here. Working on a 10-man Blood Angels tag squad. Matter of fact, Lamont, I remember some months ago you were asking us on Forge Narrative what you're working on, everything else, and thinking about getting into. So I'm glad to see that it's working with you. 10-man Blood tag squad and a 5-man Sniper Scouts. And your son is working on a 10-man Strike squad. Ooh, love my Grey Knights and Blood Angels. Literally, that's the team. So. Actually, another spoiler alert, there's some very cool Grey Knight ideas that we're going to got for battle reports coming up on the Long War. So keep all that stuff in mind. Oh, Fatty J, what's happening, dog? Checking in with us. So yeah, man, I tell you, it's been an absolute crazy week. We're at the Beats Laboratory, knocking everything down this past weekend. Void Wraith Prime, VWP.
Yo, no doubt. Just talking to Robbie B, which we both have been having the same kind of laptop problems. We think there's a Sony BIOS update and a Google update that are not communicating properly. So it's been like overheating our laptops. I'm actually on a different laptop. I'm on the Go box, so like that's why I was having problems last week with this. So I'm gonna try to invite him in and get him on his iPad, but he may be checked out for the night. So let's jump on some of these questions, Juice.
Yeah. So Eric wants to know, what do we think about the Adeptus Mechanicus, the K robots? There seems to be a lot of hate over them, about their heads. Skinny.
They look like what I thought a robot looked like.
Yep. Yeah. All right. So this is what it is. Do you feel how skinny they are, little legs and everything else, holding up their strong little bodies? I don't believe they should be on 32 millimeter bases. Like they're only toughness 3. I would like to feel that's this bulky Space Marine power armor is so beast.
But aren't they 2 wounds?
These people, they are 2 wounds.
Like that there's something to that. That's showing you that like whatever they're made of is tougher than Astartes.
Because of the 2 wounds, yeah. But having the T3, I feel, and they have a base in feel no pain, no matter what it is. You know,
they have a lot of stuff that makes them tough. Like, I'm okay with it, but
yeah,
I'm never gonna. Like it's so moot because like, you're ever gonna see me playing a Skitarii, like or whatever? Get out of here, man.
If these Skitarii can ride skateboards and move 1 billion inches, get invisible.
Yeah.
And all have power fist, strength 10 power fist, then you will be playing them.
I'll be playing them all day. So funny. Been working on those Thunderwolves all week, coming up with all these like just daydreaming. That's what happens in the next level painting bees laboratory when I'm painting models all week. So 23 Thunderwolves total, with Iron Priest and everything. Just got done painting them, shipped them out to my boy, and I started thinking about it. I was like, man. What could I do with this list? As I sent him, I convinced him to buy 5 scouts and a sanguinary priest on bike as an ally, right? So we were talking on, emailing each other back and forth today, and I was like, what if you did 6 Thunderwolves, a Wolf Lord, 3 Iron Priests, 12 Cyberwolves, a sanguinary priest, and a chapter master in that squad?
That sounds like the Super Friends I'd play.
and that's multi-cat, right? Let's just say you do 2 cats. What if it's 6 Thunderwolves, a Wolf Lord, 3 Iron Priests, and 12 Cyberwolves, and just a sanguinary priest?
Yeah.
You're still talking, over like 23 models, all toughness 5, all feel no pain, and you would still have 10 more Thunderwolves in the list that would just sit in the backfield and take objectives. Like you would be coming at somebody with, like 23 Thunderwolves and a huge star that has feel no pain.
Yep.
Just 2 source. I play that.
So now, obviously, we do a lot of talking about it and the Super Friends and whatnot. But like in the competitive scene, would you agree that with the release of the Eldar book, if it stays the same, like you are going to have to play to be competitive some form of list like that, whether it's and give them maybe even something stronger than a feel no pain, maybe invisibility is a must, but like you have to is Death Star 40K back, I guess.
Well, it's interesting because essentially the D scythes and all that stuff are like everyone thinks about a Death Star being punished by them. Yes, some weak ass Death Stars might get destroyed by by 10 D scythes, but a lot of Death Stars I play, are going to get through that first D scythe. Like I spread them all out. I get up on your grill. You're going to cover me with your D scythes the best you can. I'm going to lose some dogs. I'm going to make some saves, and then I'm gonna, come through.
Yeah.
So I don't see there being a humongous problem. The main problem I have with the D-Scythe is I think it's a little unthought out in the rest of the world. Like, yes, fine, a Death Star could be good, or like even then, yes, you have the overwhelming force to kill these 10 Space Marines. I got it. Or this Rhino. But like, 20 D-Scythes, will take a Warlord Titan off the table. Like just 10 D-Scythes.
Yeah.
So that to me, that's where it kind of falls apart. I don't see 10 Wraith Knights taking a Warlord Titan out of the game. Here it is, gone. Yeah. The most powerful thing in the galaxy, essentially. Eldar apparently has just droves of guys with this weapon that just completely destroy it.
Yeah, and then paired with a 40-point or 50-point model from Dark Eldar, deep striking in wherever it needs to,
How come basically if that's a thing, why doesn't Eldar just own the whole galaxy?
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, and I don't even know why they have flyers because their jet bikes are actually faster than their.
Yeah, like no flyer in the gaming goes faster than other jet bike.
So, but Void Wraith, man, I am so happy to hear this. So, first part of his comments is that he let us know what he's working on is a Stampa for a painting competition. The prize is Citadel project box painting stuff, whatever else. But it's really the ultimate goal here is he's trying to get newer people who haven't gotten used to painting or have ever painted them stuff themselves. He's trying to get that down, help them with color schemes, everything else. That's his way of giving back to the community and trying to bring hobby back. Love it. I love it. So
you should post some pictures if you can.
Oh, that'd be real fresh. Clay is actually saying currently trying to figure out how to paint my Marines in a brazen claw scheme. I actually don't.
I don't know what that means.
I actually don't know either. If Robbie B was here, he would. Oh, he's trying to log back on. We will find out what color paint scheme that is. Robbie B knows everything. So that's what's up. I usually, what up?
Oh, Rob, what up?
Yo.
On the iPad?
Yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got.
You look terrible. I'm gonna tell you look like a giant pixel. But here he is.
Oh man, I'm. It's great to be here. Sorry, I crashed out. I don't know what's going on. We'll figure it out in a little while. So what's happening?
Oh man, we're just doing it up. Actually, do you know what the Brazen Claws, Space Marine chapter?
Brazen Claws? What about them?
What paint scheme are they? We're actually just trying to.
Aren't those a successor of the Iron Hands? Or I'm thinking Red Talons. I don't know. Yeah, let me look it up.
Fatty J has already got it. It says red and gold.
There you go.
Sounds good to me.
So red and gold. That's a pretty easy paint scheme if you got an airbrush.
Oh, my man B Yates is basically the whole Aussie area has called out a challenge against Kenny Boucher. I'm just kidding, but he says that their Street Fighter game is cutthroat over there. They literally play for pink slips, lives, wives, so beat down.
We got gamer tag Johnny Three Skulls JONNY Xbox Live. Let's do this.
Love it.
I will not be playing for pink slips on the.
I'm a little rusty these days because I'm playing my girlfriend, trying to train her to be good at the game. So it's been making me pretty bad at the game for a couple months. I'm on Street Fighter Cross Tekken right now, playing random characters at 50% health every night.
Well, it gives you lots of training on different characters, though.
It does, but it means my main characters are suffering. But Australian people, they do everything backwards, so I feel like I got this.
They're actually in the future. They're already ahead of us.
Oh.
Yeah. Think about that.
I did not. That is damn. Way to shake my resolve.
Yeah. They already know what you're doing before you're going to do it.
So, as to what we were talking about last week, it was like, what other games do people play besides 40K? Wilson from the UK is actually letting us know that GW, the love has kind of been removed from his heart somewhat from GW. Not saying that it's gone, but it might be far removed.
It's hard in Australia. I think GW's been shitting on Australia for a while, though.
Yep. But he's been playing Drop Zone Commander a lot, and he just put together the Resistance Army. So that's what's up to here. I've heard
the Resistance has armored school buses.
Obviously.
Yeah. And they got an armored double-decker school bus coming out soon. How cool is that?
Yo, I like that. I feel like you should just get a big bulldozer tractor like they did in Tremors. That plan did not fail at all.
No, literally nothing bad happened. No one died in that movie.
Nope, none whatsoever. So just follow that to a T.
Yo, did we talk about Rusty? He's working on his Qatari Rangers.
Nope, I did not see that.
Working on his Qatari Rangers AdMech list. He's trying to get them ready for an ITC event this year. That's awesome to hear. The ITC, obviously, that's the Frontline Gaming tournament circuit, right? If I'm,
Yep. Recent
independent tournament
Frankies.
circuit.
Yep.
Yep, no doubt. Those guys are some of my best friends in Warhammer 40K. We don't always agree on how a tournament should be run, but I can tell you this: tournaments should be run, and they are running them.
Yep. And you know what, man? They are putting their money where their mouth is. It is so expensive to host big events. The dollar value that you have to put up is a lot. So, you know what? Again, I have to admit, sometimes I don't agree with things, but they're doing it. They are doing whatever they have to, to help fit their tournament the best. And obviously, it's catching on, man. Like that, the independent tournament circuit it's big. It's going national. They've got events in Japan, everything. So, good job for them.
Plus, they're taking over. They got BowlsCon this year, WarGamesCon, Texas Gamescon, whatever.
Yo, so time out. Why haven't we been seeing Robbie B from this angle this entire time? Look at that shirt, Robbie B. I know you look good all the time, but you look extra good with that shirt on.
My kitties come in like wrecking balls. That's all I'm saying.
It's a totally different perspective. Look at this guy.
Yo, he's got his leg up. This is chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool. Robbie B was shooting b-ball outside of school.
Yeah, in this time of recession, I'm just kind of like worried about my uncle and my cousin Carlton and my uncle Phil. Man, they lost their jobs today.
Oh, out in Bel Air.
Yeah. Put them in your prayers tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Yo, we talk about night rumors yet? I got some night rumors.
No, before we do, Amos just checked in. It is confirmed the Blazon clause.
Blazon?
Blazon.
Those?
It is actually red and blue, opposite quarters. Like it.
You mean like Clay Cruz's little avatar down there?
Similar. I think he's rocking an Imperial or Crimson Fist.
Let me just tell you. I'll tell you right now. Privateer Press, P3, Signar Blue with Signar Blue highlight, and probably any fresh reds you can find is gonna be the heat for that color scheme. And did he say blue and gold or blue and red?
Blue and red.
Yeah, red. Literally.
Blue and red. So, man, I'm excited about these rumors because with the Knights. Because, look, with all the stuff that's been going on with Eldar and all that, like how are they supposed to, how the comparison now between the Knight Titan and the Wraith Knight is bigger than it ever was. And
yeah, I mean, I'm sure that the Wraith Knights went down to 200 points, right? Or, I mean, sorry, the
Knight Titan?
The Knight Titans.
Yeah, you actually, it's kind of like the old mantra, you get a Knight Titan and get 2 old school Annihilation bars.
Because you can't justify a 370-point price tag on an armor version of a Wraith Knight. Like, toughness 8 with wounds has always been better than armor.
Yeah, toughness 7 with wounds has always been better than armor.
Yeah, so that's the problem. It's like, man, like, I mean, if you can take, if events that let you take more than one Wraith Knight, not Imperial Knights are dead. Like, there's literally no reason to take them. They're like, so, like, obviously the ITC formula where they're talking about restricting the detachments to 0 to 1. If you can only ever take one Wraith Knight, then fine, Imperial Knights are fine. But in real 40K, because that GW didn't think about price tags, they only think about exciting rules. In real 40K, Knight Titans are complete garbage, and don't take them. They will always get shit on by a Wraith Knight.
Well, I remember running into some ruins once, assaulting some Tau, and they clamped a bunch of EMP grenades on my Knight Titan, and I was like,
Yeah, guess what? That doesn't happen to.
Yeah, Wraith Knights. Ooh.
Yeah, Wraith Knights. Yeah. So, yeah, there's definitely something to be said for toughness versus armor, and sometimes, definitely, it seems like toughness is way better a lot of times.
Like, it's one of the things they could do to make a Dreadnought playable.
Man, I literally was,
yeah, you were right
100%
there.
right there with you. Like, yo, do you know how many Dreadnoughts are on people's shelves right now? Let me just tell you, 1.5.
Toughness 7. Toughness 7 even.
Yeah.
Not even toughness 8. Like, toughness 7, 3+ armor save.
Yeah, 4 wounds, 110 points.
Like, literally, I'd play that.
I'd like to see it work like the one in the Dawn of War, doing all those, like, picking up the orc, like, breaking his back, like, spinning his fist, like, just
well,
crazy.
when I have dreams, they do that in my dreams, but then I wake up and then
You know how many people got into this game because of a Dreadnought and they're just unplayable? Like, what is Armor 12 is the equivalent to what toughness?
I mean,
It's toughness 8. It's literally the equivalent to toughness 8, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, right. Strength 8, wounds
Yes, I
toughness 8
agree.
out of 4.
Yeah, I would think so. That is equivalent to 7 or 8.
But obviously he's 10 on the back. So split the difference, call him toughness 7, give him a 3+ armor save. He's tactical dreadnought armor, give him a 5+ invulnerable. He's just a monstrous creature, literally a monstrous creature. 4 wounds, 3 up, 5 up, toughness 7.
Yo, literally, the venerable dreadnoughts feel no pain.
Yeah.
That's what happens now that you're venerable. So you still keep with that. Like, yo, making rules. Matter of fact, from now on,
the GW should hire us.
Everybody at their local shops, everything we just said, that's how dreadnoughts play. If anybody has any questions, just call Rob.
We'll put call Rob. He's got the FAQ.
We're printing all that up. So Kenny, Robbie B, I know I'm so anxious to hear this, but I just want to prove Kenny's point. Do you know what my first model ever was?
A dreadnought.
It was a Legion of the Damned when I was 11 years old. Legion of the Damned dreadnought.
With all the flames and everything?
With all the flames everywhere I saw, and I was like, I have to have this model.
Dude, when I first got to 140K, I come to these 1,500-point tournaments in my local scene in Miami, and this guy had a beautifully painted Legion of the Damned army. Oh, with all the flames painted, and he had a dreadnought, like the OG metal one, and it was just glorious, man. I was like questioning my decision to play Chaos because it was so amazing.
Yeah. 100%. And it dubs, you can throw that Joker in a sock. And
you could literally kill somebody with it.
You literally kill somebody.
The old pewter ones, you definitely could. I got hit by the old Hive. Remember the old pewter Hive Tyrant? I got one of those thrown at me. It actually bruised my skin.
Yeah, 100%. That, and then the next model I bought was the Legion of the Damn Landspeeder.
Benjamin Murphy, Paul Murphy's cousin, just hit us up. He says, AdMech's new Castellan robots are MCs. Is that a new template for Dreadnoughts? With any luck, it is, sir.
Yeah, I noticed that too. That would be super sweet if you start seeing that mechanic, because maybe that's the way they can, they can really adjust the game.
It would be a game changer. If you just started making like I'm fine with everyone having the same stuff. If they just immediately revamp everything, like Bloodthirsters, gargantuan creatures, Dread Knights, gargantuan creatures, all all walker types, monstrous creatures. Go through and just gut it out and just kind of give us a new world. Like every edition that comes after the previous edition is essentially the same edition with a couple of rules tweaks. Yo, it's time. Let's change this thing. Let's go crazy.
Well, I mean, just these are all of these things have happened throughout the course of time. Do we remember the Storm Shield?
Yep.
Like, do we have to go back to those days?
Close combat, it was like 10 points.
Yo, it was absolutely nothing. Then all of a sudden, you got 3+ invones all the time. Are you kidding me? Well, then we lived in the realm for 6 months where those other chapters, they didn't have them. They had the old school Buster Stupids, so like they got all their Storm Shields from, closeout stores. So then they did the huge FAQ, and they're like, whoop, all Storm Shields got bought at the same time now, like China is no longer making them, and they're all good. So please, let's try to make that happen again. But another game mechanic that was completely different, shy of some of the other ones, but that stand out for me, is AP values for weapons in close combat. Like, never had that before. Literally, a power sword was just as dangerous as a power fist for the most part. But so, I mean, there is precedent set that they could do it, but will they?
That's a really interesting point. That would definitely change up a lot because, with the whole AP value, that really changed combat up a lot, I feel like. And now we're seeing D everywhere. Well, why not some more AP2 everywhere, Make it more dangerous.
Yeah, 100%. So, all right, Robbie B, we have jammered on enough. Where are we at? Get me excited.
All right, so I don't know if y'all read the White Dwarf where it had last week's where it had all the pretty pictures of all the knights doing different things.
Well, I saw all the pretty pictures, but I wait to get all the information from you because I don't read very well.
and other stuff well. So they have this thing called the Household Detachment, which is basically 5 knights. Compulsory 3, but you can have up to 2 more, right? So the command benefits are Knight Commander. If this detachment is your primary detachment, you can re-roll a result when rolling on the Warlord table, Warlord traits table in Codex Imperial Knights. Furthermore, when fighting in a challenge, your Warlord re-rolls fail to hit rolls. So
Okay.
pretty cool. So Knight Commander, okay, got it. Obviously, this is like the Knight Command Squad. The Household Detachment is basically built around a Knight Commander and his Lord Barons just chilling, just doing their thing. So then there's a Lord Baron. If your detachment is the primary detachment, your Warlord has a vehicle super heavy Walker character unit type. He could choose one item from the heirlooms of knightly houses on page 101 at the points cost shown. Furthermore, add 1 to the weapon skill and ballistic skill characteristics of your Warlord. It's pretty good.
Okay. I mean, I'm with that.
Well, some of the heirlooms are like things like 12-inch, fearless banners. They give out, fearless bubbles and things like that. So it can get pretty good. I mean, there's some decent war gear in there. Now, the best part is all units from this detachment have the objective secured special rule.
What?
Yeah. So.
Objective secured knights?
Yep.
Oh.
A minimum of 3 objective secured knights, and we all know you can field 3 knights in an army list.
Man, and again, like this, if I'm not mistaken, has been proven because of the base size, because of everything else. You can be on top of a small size objective marker that is, the size of a $50, a little smaller. You can literally put your guy on top, and now you cannot get within range to try to contest because he is objective secure, not just, just going to contest it. He can actually overrule. So, oh man, that is, whew.
That's big because you definitely got a big footprint. Then there's the Oathsworn detachment, which is just basically like a way to sneak in one night. It's compulsory 1, optional 2. It just can't be taken as your primary detachment. It's just basically a way to sneak in knights in your army list there. So then there's of course the formations, like the straight up formations, and there's some pretty cool ones. You've got the Reaper Lance, which by the way, let's talk about a knight real quick. So Kenny,
what's that?
How much would you like to see a knight cost?
In comparison to a Wraith Knight, I would right off the cuff 200 points flat.
Okay, well that's probably a little low, but there is.
Well, I'm talking about a 295 point Wraith Knight. I mean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're in that realm. I mean, I would say with weapons they should be around. I mean, with that the 295 point rate.
They don't have D. I mean, do they have D shooting weapons yet, or? I mean, like you're talking 295 points, 2 straight 10 D AP2 shots. Like that's what a Wraith Knight has, and it's toughness, not armor. Like and feel no pain. So I'm saying. Just straight up points, 200 points. Like if you were using that as a comparison, but I know the answer is not 200 points. I know it's over 300.
It's not. It's on the low end of 300. There's a knight with 2 D weapon attacks that is low 300 points. It's the one with the Reaper's sword in the hand.
But they're showing you that they're starting to value D less though. I mean that's 2. He has an extra close combat attack with D.
Yeah, because they're both melee weapons, so you're gonna get an extra attack. Then there's a formation too that lets you get rage. So the attacks start adding up.
But this guy doesn't have any range at all.
I guess you can equip something up on the top like the AA mount or whatever, or the little Melta on his side. Some of them.
Could you take the D weapons off the Wraith Knight and put it on your shoulders and try shooting them that way?
You probably could, but those will cost like 200 points, so it might not be worth it.
Gotcha.
So there's another formation. That has a special rule called War Triad. Each knight in this formation has an effect on the other models in the formation as described below. So you've got Knight Warden, which is Withering Fire. Enemy units count the cover save as being 1 point less against normal shooting attacks from this formation.
That seems good.
Now this formation is 1 Warden, 1 Gallant, and 1 Crusader. So so it's kind of funny. So they're fielded as a squadron of 3, right? And if you
the Titans are a squadron.
Their squadron is 3, and if you kill one, it's counted as separate for victory point purposes. So just keep that in mind. There's pros and cons to this formation.
Yeah, I mean the fact that they're a squadron that's even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's terrible. Like what are they doing, man? Like I love exciting rules, and GW gives us exciting rules all the time. It's like right now what they're messing up is like Simple things like that. Like, how are you going to say this is low 300s and armor and a squadron?
Yeah, and a squadron.
Like, you need big models to be able to separate and cover multiple areas of the table and not stay within 4 inches of the entire game.
Right. No.
Unless you're going to make them adamantium lance.
Yeah, unless you're gonna unless you give them re-roll the shields and stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't see Ad Lance in the book, to be honest, so I don't know what's going on with that.
So real quick, spoiler alert. Famous Amos is saying, give us a Knight versus anything battle report. Spoiler alert. They're in the mix.
Yeah, definitely. We got it. We got cool. We were talking about this. What is it? The one formation in here. The Gods of War special scenario from the White Dwarf, where it's basically a bunch of knights fighting each other. Like, we really want to do something with that here soon.
100%. So, also, there's actually a mini chat going on, conversation going back and forth in the chat here, and it is about, the question was posed by United Wargamers, like, yo, do you think it's time to say goodbye to the Force organizational chart? Some people have already chimed in saying, yo, for real, the Force organization chart has been dead. I don't know. So obviously it isn't dead because I still have to take troops. I still have to take these things and that. But I don't think it's time to say goodbye to it. I think maybe we just need to get back to it.
Well, I think the problem is that we've been playing this game so long with one interpretation of a Force org chart that we're still like holding on to that. There is I think the very traditional way of looking at a Force organization, that is dead.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 2 troops, 1 HQ, et cetera, et cetera. That is combined arms detachment. That is allied detachment. That is not Force organization. Every army, every world, like, isn't it kind of ridiculous to think that every army in the universe organizes their armies exactly the same way? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I actually love the concept of just saying let's get rid of Force organization charts. Let's like stop calling them that at least. You know, like every army has you know how many army lists I've been making that don't even have a combined storm detachment in them? Like I think that in a way it is dead, but in a good way.
Okay.
Well,
yeah, I mean,
there's 2 different ways to look at it. I mean, you can be like, well, hey, I can kind of field whatever I want whenever I want and still play, you know, in a lot of tournaments because it's not unbound. But there's also that creepy nagging feeling that it really feels like Games Workshop is kind of turning this, kind of taking Apocalypse and kind of juxtaposing Apocalypse on top of Warhammer 40K from the formations, which share a lot of the same names as a lot of the Apocalypse formations back in the day, and now we're hearing about command tanks with Space Marines. So it really feels like there's not a cohesive thought, or maybe there is and we just don't understand it the way it's going because stupid Americans were always trying to do our own thing. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's definitely different, and the Force org is definitely not what it used to be.
Well, yeah, and I guess thinking about that too is like there are no more like armies and codexes. You have excuse me, what's the terminology to describe armies? What is it?
Like supplements or?
No, it's actually in the main rule book. Space Marine, different chapters, faction. Excuse me, thank you.
Oh, okay.
I was stumbling there, but yeah, a faction, like that is the new terminology that is coined. Like there isn't what we're used to. So I mean, I guess you're right. Maybe the old school Force organization chart, or just even that phrase is outdated. But I feel something still has to be had. Whether we go back to a percentage, you know, where there's you can't have more than X amount of percentages and things like that. I don't know, but I think somewhat there should be something.
Yeah, I mean it's really gonna be interesting to see what comes out, you know, through the next couple books as we start to like kind of figure out what's going on and what direction they're kind of taking with things. I feel like.
Yo, to bring it back to what we were talking about earlier, Steve Bruley is asking, do you think having vehicles have toughness saves or toughness values would make them more susceptible to psychic abilities? Is that as much of a deterrent to keep them where they are? Like,
yeah, I was just actually reading this question. I was like, you know, it's true. They are more susceptible to certain things. Like, obviously, psychic shit works on them, doesn't work on a tank. They still have really high leadership. Other armies almost always have psychic dice to attach to them. Like, yes, maybe in their universal like key of deciding what points are, they factor that in. but they didn't take a step back objectively and look at the fact that it basically never matters. Like it's not, at least not like it used to. Like I mean, you can have infallible saves and feel no pain now. A 5-up, 5-up is really strong against stuff like that. And not to mention, you're going to have Farseers that we didn't get into the argument tonight, but until somebody says something, like a level 3 of Farseer, with 5 attempts at shutting down your deny the witch rolls or rerolls. I mean, like, who knows how that's going to get ruled? But right now, I mean, people are playing that one Farseer is shutting down your Psychic Shriek with ease. So. But there's other things like enfeebles work on them, all sorts of little doodads work on them, But we also said that Haywire grenades work on Wraith Knight. I mean, don't work on Wraith Knights. Haywire is a big deal in the game. A lot of things have it. That's one whole section of the game that doesn't interact with the Wraith Knight, and Psychic Powers is one whole interaction of the game doesn't deal with the Night Titans. So I mean, to me, it's a wash.
Yeah, I 100%. Was trying to figure it out in my brain, but it all clicked right when you were like, Haywire. Enough said. Yep, like they are immune basically to Haywire versus, Shrieks. And I would much rather, there's at least some form of defense in multiple different levels with Shriek, Haywire. There's basically nothing you can do.
No. You're probably going to take a whole point, and that's just that. So
more than one.
Yeah, well, yeah, depending on how many grenades get clamped on there. So.
Yo, Justin Shoup just finally jumped in. I guess we'll shout him out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I shouted him out earlier. He hit me up on message, and then he finally got in. It was on his phone. He's pulling a Robbie B. Thank you, Apple products.
Yeah, and by the way, all the people that complain about Apple, they're 100% right. This kind of sucks. I mean, there's no functionality here, guys.
Apple and Google are not getting along over there at the Robbie B house.
Apparently not. We'll get it straight. We'll get it sorted after.
Yo, let me call him up real quick. I'll get this figured out by next week.
Thanks, man. I need somebody on my side.
Oh, obviously we can't forget. Sal just checked in. Said, "Sorry, I'm late. Dog, it's only 59 minutes. It's all good. We started a little late ourselves. We miss you. We missed you in here tonight, dog."
No doubt. No doubt.
But yeah, so that's basically where I'm at. I'm kind of still frustrated with some things, but there is still I just know with every being that's inside of me, GW is about to come out with something next that is going to overrule something that's going to come out. I mean, this is the progression of things. This is the roller coaster 40K that we're at right now. So I'm looking forward to see what happens.
No, it's definitely an exciting time, and there's so much stuff coming out. And
Yo, you're not lying. If Space Marines come out, they can change a lot of things, man. like.
Yo, I mean, I'm just honestly, who were we complaining about 12 months ago?
Space Marines.
The Satan. Dog, like literally,
we're
like, you cannot play this guy. This is horrible, and which you couldn't. He was that bad. Everything that was being said was true, but it was all the people talked about, and that's kind of, it always has to be. There always has to be a boogeyman. There always has to be. Right now, it is the Wraith Knight. It is this and this.
Yep. And I don't play an army that doesn't kill 3 Wraith Knights. It's just I just use them as my baseline for points analysis. I'm infuriated that my beautiful Bloodthirster I showed you guys earlier today is 295 points.
And not a Guardian.
Sorry, 275, and he's initiative 1D.
But he's at least a gargantuan creature.
Obviously, he has stomp attacks in his dreams.
That's the 25-point upgrade you can buy for him, right?
Yeah, it's actually it is 20.
I value stomp at 100 points. Whatever the unit's price tag is, stomp is 100 points. I've played so many games where stomps have killed a Bellicor, 2 Malafines with one hit. You know what I mean? Like
yep.
A Chapter Master, a Wolf Lord, and 2 Bikers. You know what I mean? Like, get out of here. It's worth 100 points.
Yo, it's at least, well, and what's kind of frustrating is that we talk about that stomp, but now all of a sudden, because it's the blast, now we've got a Nephilim jet fighter, Tiny Dancer, Tony Danza flyer that shoots a small blast template D.
Yeah.
So,
I'm so glad that's a thing now.
Yeah, I'm so glad.
No hate, just can't wait till some of the other codexes get some of that stuff. And for the love of God, stop giving me crappy Demonkin codexes when all I want is a good one. You know, I mean, give me something.
And last thing, and it's not even going in deep or anything else, but the reason when we bring these things up, let me tell you what happens when you're in a tournament, you're playing in a game. You lose when you get caught off guard. You lose when you don't see something coming. Well, let me tell you what, when you hear about it with us, you hear about it on other people's channels, you immediately, when you come up to the table and you see some tiny dancer flying Eldar, you know that this guy probably has range D, where maybe you didn't know before. You know, so that's a lot of what we got going on. Love the game. It ain't going anywhere, but you know we're gonna call it how it is. And if
you're gonna have to sign us off tonight.
Yep.
Rob Bear's iPad shut him down, but I got him on the line. You can see him right here.
Oh, Robbie B, you changed. Thanks, man.
I'm live from Cat World Headquarters, the Kitty Command Center.
So, so is that all? Is that it? Is that it, Rob? Tell me what to do with my hands. What do you want me to press?
No. Well, look, guys.
Right. Well, hey, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Sorry the technical issues tonight. We will sort it out a little bit better for next week. Make sure you head on over to Long War. That's the home of the Battle Reports. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you sign up to become a veteran of the Long War today. Hit the end broadcast button.
You want me to hit end broadcast?